In today's video, I'm going to be talking about mistakes you are going to want to avoid when it comes to investing in your next piece of travel gear. I will be sharing the exact process that Meg and I go through to find the best travel products, all that fit your travel style. By the end of this video, you will have the tools needed to make quick and easy decisions for all travel products. No more taking weeks or months to decide. Let's get this video started. So, there's really 4 pieces of criteria I am always thinking about whenever I'm looking to invest in something new, especially when it comes to travel products. So in today's video, we're going to be covering all 4 of those criterias, as well as I'm going to throw in at the end of the video some other things that you should probably be thinking about. And keep in mind, I go through this exact process no matter what I'm buying. It could be a suitcase, it could be a backpack, it could be a camera. This process just really helps me make what feels like the right decision. So that leads us into our first piece of criteria, and that is deciding what you actually need. The reason I put this first, and the reason I think it's so important, is that you want to end up with travel gear that you actually use. Stuff that you actually need and stuff that isn't going to just sit around. As well as it's also going to save you quite a bit of money if you're not investing in products that you don't use. One thing I like to do to answer the question, is this something I actually need? Is I like to envision myself potentially using that piece of travel gear or travel product. And I will also often, when I'm traveling, make note of things that I wish I had. For example, maybe you're on a long haul flight and you realize, my neck's a little stiff. It would be nice to have some support. Well, maybe a neck pillow might be a good option for you. So I'll make a note in my phone or something like that. It's really important that you envision yourself using it, not just being persuaded by what somebody tells you. We can often be sold on things from other people that don't really fit our travel style. So it's important that you envision yourself actually using the product. Now, after you decide exactly which problem you're trying to solve and exactly what travel product you need, you are now going to move to the next category, which is quality. Does this travel product or travel gear meet the quality standards that you should be looking for? Quality should play a big role whenever you're looking to invest in new travel gear. As we know, travel gear gets beat and banged up all the time, and you're gonna want something that's going to perform in those high stress situations. The quickest way to waste your money is buying cheap travel gear. With that being said, there's a lot of ways to determine the quality of a product, and price should not be your only metric. Don't just necessarily go to the most expensive item. One way that we really like to determine quality is what I would call an in-person field test. Get the product in your hands, touch it, feel the materials. Are they high quality? What are the zippers like? Are they YKK zippers? Look at how the product is built, whether it's a suitcase, backpack. Get your hands on it. In my opinion, that is the best way to determine quality. Now, you can look at price as well, as they are sometimes and usually correlated, but I challenge you to try other ways to determine quality and not just price. Another great way to determine quality is reading reviews. And this is going to lead us into our next piece of criteria, which is research. Research is extremely important and is often skipped. And now, I'm not talking that you have to spend hours upon hours researching your travel gear item, but you should hit your bases. I think a great place to start your research is to get a really good understanding of what the product is intended for. It's super easy to make assumptions and not do thorough research and understanding exactly how your product should be used. A great example of this is, a while back when we first started traveling full time, I bought a pair of tennis shoes because they were labeled as travel tennis shoes. Well, they were made out of wool, and what I failed to realize is I have super hot feet. And my feet, when I traveled in these things, not only got super sweaty, they got super stinky. And overall, they were just super uncomfortable. And I was quite frustrated because I was like, these are supposed to be travel tennis shoes. But if I would have done a little bit more research, I think I would have had a little bit better understanding of what the product was going to be like and how it was going to fit my travel needs. Another great way to do research is to read reviews, as I was talking about earlier. I will preface though, reading reviews is kind of a skill. It can be quite overwhelming, being that some travel products have thousands of reviews. What I like to do when I'm reading reviews is I look for general trends. What are a lot of people saying? Don't focus in on one specific review. Also, read the reviews with your travel style in mind. Remember what you're trying to get out of the product and focus on those things. And our fourth piece of criteria, and something that I'm always thinking about whenever I buy new travel gear, and that is size and weight. Both are super important, but both can be easily overlooked as they are seemingly small details, but can really change your relationship with the travel product. Let's start with size. And another word I like to use in correlation with size is fit. Size is really important when you're traveling, and in general, Meg and I like to find small travel products. The stuff that takes up less space better fits our travel style. You want to make sure the product that you're getting, you have a really good understanding of the size of what you're getting, whether it's a backpack, and maybe you're looking to get something that fits underneath the seat in front of you. If you get it too big, you're going to be out of luck and waste a lot of money. Maybe you're going for a hike and you need new hiking boots. You want to make sure you find the right fit and size there. Maybe test it out a few weeks before. Size in almost any travel product is a super important component and is something that shouldn't be overlooked. And that leads us into weight. Weight is really important. And that is something that Meg and I are constantly working on. We started to get better at it, especially as we started backpacking a little bit more, where literally every ounce matters, being that you're carrying it on your back. But we have found weight to play a big role in just making travel a lot more comfortable. If you're traveling with less heavy items, it just makes moving around a lot easier. At times, I've had my backpack way too heavy, and it really strains my shoulders, gives me a headache. I'm overall just a lot more uncomfortable if my stuff is super heavy. So whenever we're looking to invest in new travel products, I'm usually trying to look for the lightest version. Now, when it comes to investing in your next piece of travel gear, everyone travels a little bit differently. We have a little bit different travel style than you probably do, but I would love to hear from you down in the comments. Let me know things that you're thinking about whenever you're looking to invest in something new. Maybe it's size, maybe it's quality, but maybe it's different. Let me know. I would love to learn and hear from you. Now we're going to talk about a few more things that you might want to be thinking about to help you make your decision. Remember, sometimes simple is better when it comes to travel products. You don't need a product for every situation. And sometimes you can just overcomplicate and end up overpacking if you try to get a little too complex. A great example of this would be Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are great in so many situations for travel, and guess what? They're super cheap and they take up almost no space. So instead of buying a formal liquids container, maybe you just want to use a Ziploc bag. Simple is sometimes better. Function outweighs style. And this mistake is very commonly made and is something that maybe should have been at the front of this video, being that it is made so often. It is really important that you prioritize the function of the travel product over what it looks like. Now, this can be very hard to do, especially when it comes to luggage and backpacks and travel clothes and tennis shoes or hiking boots. But you really want to make sure that the product meets your function needs and not just looks really cool. Meg actually made this mistake a while back. She was investing in some new hiking boots and she bought the ones that just looked cool. And I can promise you, she was instantly regretting that when she got so many blisters on her feet. She had to go back in and get refitted for a new pair of hiking boots. But you're gonna thank yourself in the long run if you prioritize function over style. Though it may seem like you want the cool, trendy item, you want the product that works. And that's really all that matters. Take care of your travel gear. Now, this is maybe something that seems obvious to you, and this is maybe something you don't even need to worry about. But I figured I'd mention it anyways. Taking care of your travel gear can really extend the life of the investment that you put in. Whether it's your tennis shoes or your luggage or your backpack, make sure you're taking care of your stuff and storing it and cleaning it properly. For example, we bought these really nice sleeping bags from REI. They're super nice, they're down. But maybe if somebody didn't read the instructions on how to store them, they would ruin them almost instantly. For those of you that don't know, down sleeping bags, when you're not using them, need to be stored in a large bag so that way they're not compressed. That's not really the point. The point is just make sure that you understand how you should take care of your travel gear. It'll end up saving you a lot of money in the long run. So, in review, whenever I'm looking to invest in a new piece of travel gear, I'm always asking myself, do I really need this product and am I going to use it? Is it a high quality product? Did I do all my research? And does it meet my size and weight needs? If you can meet those 4 pieces of criteria, you might find that your decision-making process is a lot easier and quicker. You're also gonna hopefully eliminate that dreaded buyer's remorse. If you enjoyed this video, I would highly recommend checking out the video we made about 14 travel products that we no longer buy and or pack. It's a great way to supplement this video, being that it might help you make some decisions on products that you are maybe going to buy that you probably would be wasting your money on. So I would highly recommend checking out that video. If you enjoyed this one though, please give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We will see you in the next video.